It is July 24th. You can see bees are pretty happy today. This is actually one of the first sunny yet cooler days in about 2 weeks. The temperatures were easily up in the high 90s, cracking 100 degrees. The bees were not fond of that at all, so I think they're taking this this cooler day with the lower temperature as a good reason to go out and start stocking up again. Today, actually, I wanted to show you the honey super on top of Hive 1. And I'm actually ready to stack another super on. So first off, let me go ahead and show you what's going on inside there. Okay, so this is Hive 2. I'm sorry, Hive 1. This is Hive 1. In the past, I've been mostly showing you video of Hive 2, just because I tend to inspect this one to get an idea what I'm looking at before I go into Hive 2. However, Hive 1 is a lot more active. I think it's always had more bees in it, and they actually have gone pretty far to filling up the first honey super here. So I wanted to show you the frames filled with honey, and then I'm actually going to put a second super on top of these guys to see if they'll keep building up. So let's take a look here. They're fairly happy, but I am going to smoke them a little bit because I'd like to get these guys out of the way so you can see the honey cells. Pull this one out. There we go. Okay. So here you can see all filled with nice golden honey. They're capping some off. That's what this really white stuff is in the corner here. They're capped off, which means that honey is done. Back side here, same thing, nice clean comb and lots of honey. Now these frames, because they're only about 6 5/8 inches deep, they're not too heavy. The full-size frames in the brood box, I weighed one last week, and that was full of honey, and it weighed about 8 pounds, which makes that entire brood box weigh upwards of 70 to 90 pounds when they're all said and done. All right. Actually, I'm going to set this down here. Check another one too. Check one of the ends. I'm not going to pull them all out. I'm not bothering with... There's no brood up in here since I have the queen excluder in, so there can't be any eggs up here. All I really want to do is kind of have an idea of how far along they are on the honey quest. And putting a second box on because I'm going to be gone for about 5 days. And I have a feeling that by the time I get back, they really could have used to have a second box. So I'm going to put it on now. So I don't have to worry about it. So this is the very end frame. It's the one you'd expect to have the least activity on it. And it's well drawn out, probably a good 90% drawn out. And they've got good bits of honey going on in several of the cells. Not all of them yet, but several of them. So that's all good. Yeah, I'm going to put a second box on here. Now the other hive I've looked at just 2-3 days ago now, and they actually didn't have any activity in the honey super at all. Like I said, they've been slower this whole year, so I'm just going to let them be. No pun intended. Worst case scenario, well, best case scenario, they're just a slow hive. Worst case scenario, I might have an inadequate bee, or possibly even the queen may have, I'm sorry, not a bee, the queen. Possibly even the queen may have died somehow. Whether that was naturally or from being clumsy, I don't know. But if that's the case, I should know fairly soon, because I'll start to see the actual numbers of bees dropping off as they're not replaced. Slide you back in. And then I'll have a decision of whether just to let the hive go. I could try to transfer some of the bees from that colony over to this one. But in the end, next year I would just start with a new colony. But anyway, right now this one's doing pretty well. So I will actually have honey this year. That's nice, wasn't expected. Let me go ahead and put the other box on top. It looks just the same as that one there. It's just clean. Nothing in it. Spread these frames out a bit. And that's all it is to it. Put our lid back on. And our hive top. And we're all done. We're just a little taller.